Hey y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting big, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting big, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting big, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world.
For this one, I might need some patented Andrew Orvidal put us into the mood music.
Man, is it that kind of a day?
I don't even want to start the podcast. I'm not fired up enough. If Andrew, if you could get us in the mood a little bit.
I think it's going to sound like corn. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say it's going to sound like corn. Andrew, go ahead.
Andrew, fire it up.
I wanted to do something that didn't sound like corn, and my brain is like, that's all I have. All I have for you.
I mean,
is the
it's
corn
worked in the past.
song.
If you got to do something cornesque, go for it.
I'll do it. Fine.
Yeah, you give us one.
Not the same, but it worked enough for me to say, welcome to the Grolic
It kind of
Saves the
sounded
World.
like a Muppet scatting, that one.
Andrew, listen, you just dropped the fucking ball. Don't critique Ben's powerful intro that he just did in a pinch.
All right.
Pulled Ben Roy off the bench. He introed the music. Welcome to the Grolic Saves the World. I'm Adam Caton Holland.
My name's Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
Any corn and storm. That's what they always say.
Any corn in the store. They truly do say that. We are the podcast that betters the world around us. And in the process, backwards. We are the podcast that betters ourselves. And in the process, maybe betters the world around us.
Talk about knocking it out of the park.
This is we're off to a seamless start. Well, we have talked for a while. It is now, believe it or not, I was checking my reel thing and like my memories. It has been
Wait, what?
My memories.
Like your brain memories?
Yeah, my brain. I call it my reel. No.
Call your...
My memories. You guys don't call them your reel?
Okay, we gotta have I gotta have another challenge intervention.
No, you know
Ben.
how Instagram and Facebook
a fucking cyborg
send you memories.
Yeah.
It was 2 years ago that we wrapped a total production already. 2 years on Those Who Can't. It has already been 2 years. It was November. It was the end of November of 2018 that we ended production on Those Who Can't. That was
production, like
post-production and everything. That was when the last episode, because I had a photo of me at Levels Audio where we would finish everything going through the audio thing in LA. And I got a reminder of that. It's been 2 years. And I know we've talked for a while about going back to the show, like bringing people that we did the show with, because it was such a huge part of our lives for those 4 years. That we talked about having people on the show to do a challenge and to connect with people. And I thought that was kind of fortuitous. We should do that with a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. We had Rory Scovel on. He's the only Those Who Can't cast members been on yet. We've been talking about wanting to branch out, get some more cast members on.
But let's do this real quick. Before we do that, least favorite cast member on the show,
Rory
Adam Caton Holland.
Rory Scovel.
Oh, okay, good. Andrew, least favorite cast member on the show. Is it Rory? You can say it's Rory.
It was Rory.
Mine was Rory too. How weird is that?
Yeah,
It's
it was
weird
weird
that
that
we
we had him
three hate
guest on our podcast.
And he was the first one we invited. I think it was a to get it over with type thing, because
Right, we kind of just got that one out of the way. Now we can go on to the fun guests,
he just wanted to always vape in a scene. He kept. We would always have to do a vape scene, as he called it.
Can I just say I wasn't a fan of
vape
Kyle
take.
either?
Okay, you want to say it now? I'm fine with that. I thought he was your close
I wasn't
friend.
a
That's
fan
why.
of Kyle Kinane on the show, and I don't like what he does on stages, and I didn't enjoy working with him on our show, Those Who Can't. And I didn't
weird
think he
about
played,
the way
I don't think
Adam
he played the
is-
character Rod well either.
What was very weird about what Adam just said is it looked like he was reading it on our Zoom call. He kept glancing over as if he has this written out like a planned manifesto. That was very weird.
I didn't mention that while I did take a week off of social media, I started writing out how I really feel towards everyone.
So you
in
wrote
that
some
time period.
screeds about everyone.
Yeah,
you know?
in the absence of social media, I took the time to write about how I feel, and I have one for you, Andrew.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping you
Now
would.
he is looking down and over pensively here.
Okay. He's looking at his.
Mousy little friend, what happened to him? Miss him.
Oh, I got like a poetry one?
Miss him. Don't care for the Dungeons and Dragons thing. Wonder how I can relate to him on a new level because he seems like he's being lost to that world.
Oh, wow.
Did you
write-
I guess that wasn't. I mean, other than the mousy part.
That's
it
funny,
seemed
though. Did you write one
reasonable.
for me, Adam? Or
Yeah.
The lead singer of Spells, Ben Roy, is channeling the lead singer of Dishwalla so
No, see,
blatantly that I don't know how they don't get cease and desist lawsuits with every release.
every time with this dishwalla garbage.
Which cast member should we bring in to guest?
Of course, it would be Maria. We have to do a challenge with Maria Thayer.
When you can't get Peter Stormare, you got
Yeah.
everyone's second choice, Maria Thayer.
Maria Thayer, third choice for Chris Rock. When you can't get Rock, you go to Stormare. You can't get Stormare, you get Maria Thayer. That's how Hollywood works.
Now, Maria joined those who can't, and I think this will
Very-
be fun
at
for
the very
us
last minute.
At the very last minute, because originally in the pilot, the Maria character, like the character of Abby, was played by Nikki Glazer.
That's right.
And then Nikki ended up getting a show on Comedy Central, and it just didn't work out. And so we started looking for people, and we auditioned a lot of people.
93, I think it was 93 different women for that
Remember
part.
Danica McKellar?
She was literally the last
She was the last
person
one.
we auditioned.
Yeah, and one of them, member, was Winnie Cooper from
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
had-
that was crazy.
Danica
auditioned the
McKellar came in and read for the part of Abby, and then Maria came in, and years prior we had met Maria, just coincidentally at Bridgetown Comedy Festival.
Yeah, we just shared a car. Yeah, we shared a car to a venue.
and
yeah.
you were geeking out, Andrew, in the back seat. You were like,
Yeah, I
"It's
was a
Maria.
huge Strangers with Candy fan, and I was like, oh my gosh,
It's
this
Maria
is so
Thayer,
cool.
and she's on
Yeah.
Eagle Heart and Strangers with Candy."
But what was kind of unfortunate is the Grolics had eaten a pretty dubious airport chili earlier that morning. And we were lighting up that van, not making the best impression with Maria. You know when the Grolics travels, we like
The Grolics
to sample.
tradition of airport chili breakfasts, I'm glad we put an end to it.
It was
'cause,
really,
yeah.
really biting us in the ass. And we
Literally,
yeah,
I mean-
so it was really nice of her to be willing to work with us after our first meeting like that.
And then immediately we all got along with her, and she became.
Yeah, we were good buds on set. Maria and I, we would always share donuts, which is like such a sad LA thing to cut a donut in half and only eat half. And then we would like exchange the halves of the donuts. But we would probably eat, 3 or 4 donuts a day. But they were eaten in halves, so it felt more responsible.
Yeah, she's a very very interesting human being. So coming up with a challenge that we could do one. Obviously, we're all in Denver in Quarquar, and she's in Los Angeles in Quarquar. So we have to come up with a challenge, and we were thinking about this. What kind of challenge do we do where she can be over there? She's also being very careful about going out as well, so it has to be something that she can do in her house. And suggested to us by Mike Myers a little bit ago.
Who I didn't even know followed us. I'm such a fan of Mike Myers. I love
Yeah.
Wayne's
the
World.
Austin Powers, Love Guru
even
guy.
So I Married an
Wow.
Axe Murderer was a great movie. Like I love
know.
Mike Myers.
Oh, behave! That's my.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's a
We can
classic.
mute. We can mute him remotely, Ron.
Oh, you know what? Remember when he did that in that movie where he goes, do you guys remember? No. All right, no. I've never
I was
seen
making a joke because this is clearly a different guy named Mike Myers who follows us. But I
But
will
you
not
queued up
let
Ben's
you
closer.
tear
You queued
apart
up
Mike
Ben's
Myers,
closer.
who yes did some hacky things, but has really contributed more good than bad to comedy. Can we be honest? Oh, Ben, God damn it! You're so I just can't live. No one can live up to Ben's purity of comedy standards.
And
No, it just sounds that don't have anything to do with
I
any
love that it
specific
has
movie.
nothing to do with his character.
If anyone listening to this knows the actual Michael Myers, tell him Adam Caton Holland defended him, would love to work with him. Ben Roy taking low blows.
But anyway, Patreon subscriber and a friend of the show, Mike Myers, made a suggestion that is perfect.
A serial killer?
Yeah.
From Halloween? Holy shit.
Yeah, we got him. We're going to kill everyone. No, he made a suggestion that is appropriately annoying and completely foreign to all of us. And because we don't view Maria as a human being, she's more of an anime character. This works perfect. So for the challenge for the week with her, we're all going to be caring for a Tamagotchi.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. That's not foreign to me. I have had a Tamagotchi.
You've had a Tamagotchi?
You've had a Tamagotchi?
Younger, yeah.
Is it pronounced
Yeah.
Tamagotchi or Tamagotchi?
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay, it's
Well,
a Tamagotchi.
I'll tell you what. I was saying Tamaguchi,
Oh.
and Katie said, do not say it that way.
Hang on. Junior hentai enthusiast Ron Doyle is pantomiming how it's pronounced, but it looks like he's eating a
Tamagotchi?
6-foot party sub.
It's a Tamagotchi. Okay.
Tamagotchi. See,
Yeah,
I was
like
going
the-
Tamaguchi, like U.S. figure skater Christy Yamaguchi, right? You know what I mean? Like that's the.
But that's your
Tamaguchi.
brain. You're always you got
Tamagotchi.
most of your
Tamagotchi.
phonetic understanding
Tamagotchi.
of names from figure skating, right, Adam? I mean, that's
Oh,
how
absolutely. Yeah.
He does. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
What's that? I didn't hear you. Care again? Care again? I didn't hear you.
That's so fucking stupid.
Well, I've had my fun at this podcast. Have a good second half with Maria. I think I've peaked, and yeah.
But anyway,
Okay, so we'll care. We'll care for a Tamagotchi.
Okay, but I don't even know what this thing is. So,
It's a digital pet that you have to care for. You have to
What is a
feed them. You have to
digital-
pick up their little poops. It's like a little digital pet. It's like a keychain, and
that
it's like
makes-
a little
All of
creature.
this are just words you're putting. You're like
Jesus
digital
Christ,
pet,
it's-
keychain. Pick up
Okay,
their
let's
poops.
back it up.
Does
Do you
it
know what a
release
pet
pellet?
is?
Does it?
No,
It releases pretty
it's actual
foul-smelling
wet shit.
pellets
Wet
into your
shit
pocket.
comes out of the keychain into your hand.
Wait a
No.
second. So it's an actual keychain.
It's like a video game. It's like a super simple video game in a keychain. It has a screen and it has
okay.
buttons on it, and there'll be like a little creature that will hatch out of an egg, and you have to take certain actions to take care of it and clean up after it, et cetera, et cetera.
But
And if you
Andrew-
don't, it will die.
Why
Okay.
did you play with this? Because I remember it coming out maybe when I was in early college, late high school.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
it seemed-
skipped college to do Tamagotchi.
But it seemed for like middle school kids when I was in high school, and you're older than me. So why did you have one? You just thought it was funny.
Yeah,
and
you're like
fuck it?
57 years old. Man. You must have had this in your
Asshole.
30s.
Man, you just queued it up. Well, I was in my 40s, and it would just seem like a good time.
So wait. So why?
No, I just thought I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. What is this? What is this all about?
Okay.
That's literally.
It's
It's a great story. Ben, do you have anything?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I had a heartfelt moment when I found a fucking Tamagotchi?
I
I
just think
saw it
it's
at the video
curious.
game store and I bought it.
And did you have to push down all the children to get one, Andrew? Like, I'm saying it's a little curious you found your way to one, but if you don't want to share,
this-
that's fine.
Now, was this
saw
when
them at
you
the-
were living in New York?
No, I feel like I was younger when they came out. Maybe they just came to your consciousness when you were in college. I feel
Fair
like
enough.
I feel like I was younger when I had one. but
I'm telling you,
could be
when this challenge came up, when he suggested it, and we talked about doing this with Maria, I literally have no idea what this thing is or does.
I know
So-
what it is. I just have never done it.
Well, then we're at varying degrees because this is going to be. He did put rules to it in what he suggested. He said the rules are every time it dies, you immediately restart it. Okay, so if it dies,
they get sick. They get sick and die if you don't take care of them. It's pretty sad.
Okay, and then
I think you'll be sad when it happens.
do you know what it means when he says you can't put it on silent mode?
Yeah, because it'll like beep to tell you it wants to play,
Or like you
it wants you to
feed
play
it,
with
yeah.
it. Yeah.
What a
it's
piece
like,
of shit. What is dumb? That's what my
it's like a
phone
baby
does.
or like a puppy, you know?
So
I have
basically,
a
the
cell
challenge.
phone that beeps when it wants to play.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Adam,
you're gonna love this, Ben. It's like another gadget begging for your attention. You're gonna
cool.
You're gonna backflip for this.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you this: Maria is going to be terrible at this challenge. Her Tamagotchi is going to die within 4 hours. I just am banking on it because Maria strikes me as a cell phone screen very cracked type of person. You know what I mean?
She did have that crazy car. Remember that car she bought that had like the letters stickers all over it? She got this car.
Yeah.
Like Maria's definitely not a car person. she got this used car that had like someone had like left a message all over it. I don't know. We'll discuss it when we bring her on.
I just mean
but-
I don't think Maria's all that tech savvy or even
She's,
like.
you know what? I'm sure everybody has an impression because of the character she plays. The character she played on our show, on Eagle Heart, on Strangers with Candy. But in real life, Maria's kind of a hippie. Like, she's kind of hippie-ish. Like,
Definitely.
Yeah, like, so I would not be surprised if she loses this thing, like gardening, it gets buried in the dirt in her backyard or something, which will be great. I mean, honestly, if that happens, it'll be a good story. The last rule of it is that the way to win this, the person with the least deaths of the Tamagotchi wins.
Oh, wait. So if it can die more than once, like you can just restart it if it dies?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you restart it.
You just
and you'll
restart
get a
its
new
life cycle.
pet. Yeah.
And it's a new, different pet.
Yeah, it'll be like one of 4 little creatures that comes out of the egg.
Do you name them and stuff?
I don't remember if you can name them or not.
I don't know if I wanted to get that attached to this thing if it's going to die.
Adam, I know that this is hard for you. You get so attached, especially to electronic characters.
Maybe I'll call it Subject X14A and just sort of like.
Ooh, and you could just like do mean experiments.
Yeah,
to,
like maybe I'll try to create a state of unfeeling for this thing.
Yeah, and you could. That's appropriate because this is your foray into Tamagotchi.
Hey,
Dad,
still got
my
it.
Dad listens to this show, and that one was for you, Dad.
That one's for all the dads out there,
Wow, including us. So thanks.
including us. Yeah, that felt like a nice warm hug.
So we
Wow.
decided to do this.
Okay.
We decided to do this challenge. We have actually at our disposal the UPS box store rookie Ron Doyle mailed the Tamagotchi out to Maria already. So
By the way, quick shout out to our patrons who make challenges like this possible. Your money is going to the wisest, best place. Like the procuring of these digital pets. No, I'm excited to have one. And when I'm done with it, I'll give it to my daughter. She's going to be over the moon.
Picture us at a supermarket pumping quarters into a gumball machine, and that's what your Patreon money is doing.
so
Which is the next Garolic challenge. Who can get the most gumballs out of the big machine at King Supers?
Oh, I'm
you guys are
excited for
going
this
down.
one.
You guys are going down.
And then who can fit the most in their
But you
mouth?
got to chew them too. Yeah.
You know I got digging fingers. I get up in that little groove. So why don't we do this? We have Maria. She is waiting on the line right here. We're going to get her on here. We're going to have her open up her package. She does not know what the challenge is. And then we're going to spring it on her and give her
She
the
could
rules.
she could be a Tamagotchi master for all
Sure,
we
she
know.
could.
She could be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, one of these. Yeah, like I had one of these and I'm very, very good with it.
Yeah, I'm sure she could. Yeah, I'm really banking on. I'm with Adam on this one. I think she.
Here's how this is going to go. Andrew first, Ben second, me third, Maria fourth. I'm just calling it. That's how this
What?
challenge is going to go.
Yeah.
And Andrew in a distant first.
You think he doesn't get any deaths out of this thing?
I just think Andrew is the most Japanese late 90s tech savvy among us.
That has something to do with caring for a creature, dude. It's about nurturing it.
Okay,
I was going to deny
actually-
that, and I realized I'm wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I can
that's-
see Japanese lettering on your shirt and like guys fighting in the future.
Yeah, Adam, I'm with you. I think your assessment's pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, if Maria doesn't break it opening the package, I think this is a win for it on the challenge.
Well, it's very trusting of Maria to just accept a package from her friends in the Grolics. Let's get her on.
Ron, can you patch her through?
Oh my God, she's here
Ladies
with
and gentlemen, television and films, Maria Thayer.
Everybody, give it up. Hold on, let me
Yay,
clap.
Maria.
Come on, Maria's here, everybody.
Welcome to the
I was in a
podcast,
bad
Maria.
mood, but now I'm in a good mood. It works that fast.
Hi,
Welcome,
Maria.
welcome,
How
welcome.
are you? Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. How long has it been since we've all hung out together? It's been, I don't know.
Been a spell.
As I say over and over again, what is time?
Well, Maria got the note that we're all going to microdose for this episode.
Yeah,
That's
I like this new shrooms, Maria.
good. Perfect.
Shrooms Maria is such a great name.
Oh, yeah, Shrooms Maria.
Yeah. She was that shortstop on our softball team, Shrooms Maria.
Yeah, she's totally in a league of their own. Shrooms Maria. Listen. This is we got this a whole nother podcast we're dealing with. Maria was kind enough to just accept a package from us in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
With no warning of what it is. And not even really understanding what the podcast is, because that's how nice Maria is. So we're going to have Maria open up that package right now.
And just for folks, before she opens it, listening, all you have to do is just message Maria. She'll give you her address. She has,
No.
she does not care. There is no, it was no
and if she
gatekeeper.
won't, stick around to the end of the podcast, and we'll give you.
We'll
her.
give you the address. All
Is
right.
that the Patreon content this month? Is our special guest address? Jesus.
All right, Maria,
Okay.
without further ado,
Wait, let's have her
her.
guess what it is. What do you think we sent you?
First of all, this package is already open. It's like somebody ate a side of it.
Oh, God.
It came like damaged.
Oh, well, then you already know. It's our
okay.
annual beef challenge. We send you a side of beef, and you've got to gnaw half of it
You got 1 week to eat it all. Any type of recipes you want.
But that whole haunch of beef better be gone.
All right. Should I
Okay,
open
go
it?
ahead. Open her up.
Open it up.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. What the fuck is this?
Right. Surprise.
Guys, we mailed you on the 1990s toy. The classic
Tamagotchi.
keychain get you a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You look so excited.
She's so mad.
I
To be
honestly
fair, we've never sent Maria anything cool before, so it was kind of shitty of us to send her something pretty lame.
I just thought it was going to be a puzzle, like a crossword puzzle.
Oh, you know, that's a good idea. We should have done like a big puzzle. Who could complete a big puzzle? That would have actually like enriched our lives. But
Hey,
this,
next time.
yeah,
Nope. Not at all. Maria, you've just reluctantly agreed to take care of this Tamagotchi for a week.
Yeah. Once you open that box, you're legally bound to care for it.
we've already
It's the
spoke.
Tamagotchi code.
Okay,
So,
I've heard
yeah.
a lot about these.
Yes. Do you
Did
know
you ever,
how to?
did you ever have one of these when you were younger?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't had one of these. I
If
did.
you're aware.
I am adopting a dog
Oh, so this is perfect.
This is good
tomorrow.
practice.
So
Tomorrow?
I hope,
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't interfere with my dog.
Well, listen, you got the Tamagotchi first. Put that dog on the back burner. This is more of a priority.
Call the shelter, tell them you've already got a pet to take care of for a week, and then
See if they can delay it by like a week, because you're gonna have your hands full with this Tamagotchi.
It's gonna be the best. These care, they love back. If I've honestly never had one either, and I
Neither
don't
have I.
imagine you grew up in, if I'm correct, either somewhere called Boring something. Boring.
I'm from. I was born in Boring.
Well, we knew that,
Boring.
and then
boring Idaho? No, Montana.
Oregon, but Montana is
Oregon.
where my family is from.
Right.
okay, yeah. So I
knew
don't
I'd get it on the
imagine
third guess.
Tamagotchi had a big footprint. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that their Montana sales were lower at their peak than other areas. So
Are you
it's
kidding
not
me? Those ranchers, they don't have jack shit to do out on a drive. They're caring for a digital pet. They've got one. They've got one in every pocket of their vest. They've got one under their 10-gallon hat, beeping and shit.
In Montana, Tamagotchis are called prairie dogs.
That's right. Tamagotchi is Japanese for prairie dog. Okay, so here are the rules, because it doesn't just end there. It's just us giving you this amazing toy. No, and pet. What you got to do, you got to care for this Tamagotchi for a week. Every time it dies, you have to immediately restart it, okay? And the person with the least deaths wins. That's because we're trying to be better people competitively.
Just like life, the person with the least deaths wins.
Yeah. The least dead pets on their hands.
And then, last and certainly not least, you can't put it on silent mode. You have to leave the sound on. Okay, so that's good, Adam. I think you got it.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, Maria, that's what you've signed on for. Thank you. When we come back through the magic of podcasting, it'll be a week later. In the meantime, we're going to listen to some comedy from our live show. Please enjoy this clip from our buddy, Denver raised, no garden swarts. And after that, we will be back having raised Gotchis.
It's been a wonderful week in Denver, and I need it because I was recovering from a horrible week. Last week, I was viciously cyber attacked. And by that, of course, I mean I got a virus from a porn website. And here's the thing. God's honest truth, it was the weirdest virus I've ever gotten. Because I've gotten viruses from porn websites before, but hand to God, this was the virus that I got. My computer will no longer let me look up things using Google search. When I Google things, it gives me back the results on Bing.com. What kind of sick fucking hackers am I dealing with? I understand interfering in foreign elections, but making me use Bing.com? That's downright inhumane. So I instantly took my computer to the Geek Squad, and I told them that I had a virus, and they asked, do I know where I got it from? And I wanted to be honest with them so they could correctly diagnose it. And I said, yeah, I got it from a porn website. And they said, okay, so what's the issue? And I said, it's making me use the number 2 search option. And they're like, what, Asian MILFs? And I was like, no, obviously that's number 1.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
Okay, and we are back, and through the magic of podcasting, I love that tone. We are back. We're here once again with Maria, who we did not let hang up from the Zoom call because we were afraid she would not pick up again. So she has been in the longest single consecutive Zoom meeting of Quar, a full 8 days, just sitting here waiting.
Thanks for staying on the line, Maria.
Zoom
Yeah.
Premium.
Zoom Platinum member Maria Thayer let us stay on her feed. And just a reminder, before the break, we had mailed Maria, and we all picked up a Tamagotchi, which is the digital pet popularized by the Japanese during the feudal era. That's all I don't know exactly when.
I think it's right. I think your research is right.
A lot of rogue shogun used to they used to keep these on the end of their swords. It was kind of
you weren't a samurai unless you had a Tamagotchi. That's pretty much how it went.
Now, the rules were you had to keep this thing or do your best to keep it alive for the full week. If it died, you had to restart it. And the person with the least amount of deaths won. And of course, you could not turn the sound off on it. This challenge was brought to us from Patreon by Mike Myers. And we didn't realize the sound off or the sound on part of it was the most cruel portion of this entire challenge. So thank you to Mike Myers, and you can go and fuck right off. Your Patreon has been revoked. But anyway, we're back here. Everybody's here. Everybody's got their Gotchi. First of all, did everybody complete the challenge? Adam, did you complete it?
I'd like to talk about Maria's experience.
Oh, did Adam cheat? Did Adam
Andrew-
finally cheat?
No, we have a guest, and let's ask our guest. Just be
Andrew-
polite.
Wait, no,
Maria,
no.
how was your week?
I took my challenge to completion. Yes.
Maria, how about you? Did you take your challenge to completion, as Andrew put it?
I certainly did.
Yes. Okay,
Wow.
so at least 3 out of the 4 of us have integrity because I did as well. I took this to completion. Adam is pleading the 5th, which you're not technically allowed to do on this.
Suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Adam talk. We have a guest. It's Maria Thayer. Let's talk about how
Maria-
she enjoyed the Tamagotchi.
Maria, you said you did this. You pulled this off.
It depends what you mean by pulling it off. Like I certainly experienced.
Did you smash the Tamagotchi with a hammer?
I thought about it a lot. But I did not do that.
Okay, then that's a huge first step in this challenge.
Did you, real quick, Maria, because for people who don't know, these Tamagotchi, they come with this like long set of instructions.
Very tiny booklet made for teenage eyes. That booklet.
Now, real quick, before you go any further, buy Maria's new pop album, Teenage Eyes. That's going to be out on Elektra Records this year. And she brought her guitar. She's going to play us a track off Teenage Eyes in just a few minutes. But yeah, so you had not owned one of these, so you had to read the instructions as well.
I did. I had to read the instructions, and I did.
How'd it go?
Well, again, I had a live dog.
And as Adam pointed out in the first half, that came
What
in
does
as
that have to do with anything? We're talking
it's
about
a secondary.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, that was a secondary purchase, one that we could have never known about.
It was it was a dog foster, so it wasn't like a full, but it was an actual dog that I had to take care of. It was similar to the Tamagotchi that it wanted my attention all the time. But a live thing, and the Tamagotchi was a thing that with a battery. The Tamagotchi, I didn't realize. I mean, I'm sorry for whoever made the Tamagotchi but Tamagotchi is awful.
Yes.
Whoa.
Shots fired. We just got a call from Tokyo.
There's some very old Japanese man or woman right
Well, I
now.
would love to talk
listening.
to them, and I would love to talk to Tokyo and see why the hell.
Ron, could you
Ron,
get
can
Tokyo
you tune in
on the-
Tokyo? Sorry, you left it hanging right up there, Anne. I couldn't.
Could you tune in Tokyo? What would you say to, no, just keep, I'm sorry.
As you guys know, that once you get this thing, like you pull a little piece of paper out of this thing, and then the Tamagotchi
No going back.
right? It's alive, and then you have to take care of it. And you don't have to just like, you have to take care of it by feeding it and cleaning up its shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget playing the world's stupidest game with it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was saving for the last because that's
Okay.
the
Sorry.
worst.
Sorry.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that game.
That game.
Dumb game made for people, made for like, I don't know, someone, I mean,
You're trying to find, I love watching you try to slalom around saying something incredibly offensive.
Yeah, I am. That is exactly what I'm doing right now.
It's like
It is-
look this way or look that way. It's the bare modicum of stimulation you could give like a person in a retirement home and it not be illegal.
It's like a coin
bare
flip.
minimum.
It's like imagine playing a coin flip with a person for so long. Just heads or tails. Tails. Nope, you're wrong. Hey, let's do it
fucking
again.
worst.
Heads or tails? Heads. No, you're wrong on that one. Okay, let's do it again. Heads or tails? Tails. Nope, didn't get it again. Okay, let's do it. It's like, what are we doing?
And to keep the Tamagotchi happy, which is an important, the Tamagotchi has like, it's hungry. The three things that it needs is like hunger, happiness, and
discipline. That's my favorite part, is that it's Japanese because they were like, what three things are the most important to human life? Food, happiness, and discipline. And they were like, they went hard on it. Yeah, the discipline meter was weird because it'll sometimes just freak out for no reason and you have to scold it. Which was...
I never disciplined my Tamagotchi.
I always feel bad.
I feel bad. I never disciplined him.
That's why your
never
Tamagotchi's
did? Wow.
skipping
I never-
school and smoking Winston's already.
Did yours ever die, Maria?
It died once, and then it died today.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
So you kept it alive
What-
from
what did it
for
die
7
from?
days?
Well, to tell you the truth,
So I was lying to you about that.
no, to tell you the truth, I found when I first, so the first time, bring your Tamagotchi to life, there's like a little piece of paper that like a tab that you pull, and then once you pull it, it hatches, and you
The battery makes
watch it
contact
hatch.
inside
Hatch if
it.
you like.
That's not it, Andrew. It's not a battery. Inside there is a tiny vial of little Gotchi semen and little Gotchi eggs. And when you pull that, it drops the Gotchi semen into the Gotchi egg,
No,
which
that's
is
not
called
it.
a
It's
yakacho.
Tamagotchi stork.
No, it
It's a
drops
stork that's flying
drops the-
around.
You're like Tamagotchi religion right now, Ben.
Yes.
I still think of it as a tab that connects the battery to a
Okay.
a
Sure.
screen.
Sure.
But
it's a
I don't
thing.
mean to offend you in your religion.
How many? So it just
Anyway.
died once. It only died once.
Well, she's telling the
Oh
story.
yeah, sorry.
Well,
sorry, I cut you off.
So then if you're really bored, you can watch it like birth or something, or like I don't know. I
It
wasn't
takes 5 minutes.
I
It
wasn't
takes 5
bored.
minutes to hatch.
I wasn't bored, so I put it down. And then it immediately started beeping at me and wanting things from me. And I tried to give it what it wanted. I tried to read that tiny little fucking like accordion book of instructions. And the one instruction that I found the best was you could put a Tamagotchi on pause.
Oh,
Time out real
I
quick.
didn't know that was not in the rules.
we didn't say. Yeah, I saw that same thing in the
I
rule book.
put my Tamagotchi on pause while I dealt with a little tiny.
Does anybody
life.
else
That's fair. That's fair.
Does
And in
it-
fact, that's well played.
Does anybody else feel like we're listening to a court transcript of a negligent parent describing how they justified not caring for their child?
I put him on pause. I locked him in the utility closet. He had water.
It says, I couldn't give him what he needed at that moment.
I had to deal with a few things. I came back that night. I checked on him.
I mean, I don't know how anyone could have dealt with the amount that this thing needed.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Right, because
so-
it's for a fucking 13-year-old child, and even that's cruel. Like, I hate these things so fucking.
Oh my god! I
the
don't even
way.
hate them. I don't understand them. It is a total other. I don't get it. Like, why would anyone buy this? Send it to a friend.
No. That I want to
That
apologize.
was an oversight on our part.
I want to apologize to Maria because I've never done this. I was like, oh, it'll be a cutesy like thing from when we were teenagers, like a 90s thing, Tamagotchi. And then we just gave Maria the most annoying task.
Like
Yeah.
something
For
out
a
of a
week
Black
of
Mirror
beeping
episode.
I too want to apologize to Maria for ever creating the illusion that we're friends.
Adam was over this challenge pretty quickly. The following morning at 10:09 a.m., after we began this challenge, he texted all of us, by far, all caps, by far the stupidest challenge we've done yet. D&D is sweet nectar compared to this. I'd gladly walk 3 hours a day instead of this. If for those of you who are confused about that, he had a challenge of having to walk.
And play D&D.
Why didn't I get that? I don't
I know.
understand. That's a good challenge. That's good for everyone.
Because we don't like you, Maria.
If only so that it would get me to the sea into which I could throw this beeping machine.
Well, I have to just say, for the record, I completely cheated, completely disregarded this challenge. Whatever punishment you guys have coming my way, I'll take it.
Whoa.
Because
It's taking care of a real baby for a week.
I opened this thing up, and Maria, you weren't privy to the first half of this, but I had just taken a week off social media. I'm tired of phones. I'm tired of beeping and stimuli. And I opened this thing up, and it was the most annoying thing. And I went down this rabbit hole of like, we fed these to teenagers in the 90s. They became so stupid and tech addicted and reality TV and Donald Trump and the end of the fucking world. And I just went down that road.
Tamagotchi is the bane.
It's what started the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I believe it.
And so Katie was, my wife was like showing me how to do it. And I immediately, after all the beeping in the game and the feeding, I said, I want to discipline it to death. I want to hit discipline until it dies.
Oh
my wife said, no, you can't do that. She's like, you can't kill it. And then I was like, then I'm going to hit this with a baseball bat and destroy this machine. And she said, you can't do that. And so she took it, and I haven't touched it since. I played with it. I played with it for 20 minutes. And then I was like, this is the worst thing
Once
on the planet.
again, we are listening to the court transcript, Denver County Court trial case of Adam Cate, the people versus Adam Cate Holland.
And that's why I'm apologizing to Maria. I usually do the challenges all the way. You're never going to listen to our past episodes, but I trust me. I do them steadfastly. And this one, I said, no
Has
fucking
Adam ever
way.
cheated on a challenge? I don't think he has.
I don't believe so. I think this is the
It's gonna
first
have to
one
be
that
a
he's
good
not
punishment.
completed. Yeah, we'll have to come up with a punishment.
Katie, is it still alive though? Did Katie take?
Katie's been raising it.
Yeah, has Katie been secretly raising this poor,
Oh my God.
neglected
You're-
alien baby?
Are you?
Adam
Katie's-
is paying her money. He lives in
Are you-
Patterson,
are
New
you
Jersey
paying
now.
Tamagotchi support?
Adam
Hit close
lives
to
in
me. I used to live in Lodi,
Tamagotchi
New Jersey, so that hit
support.
close to home.
To have-
Yes, you'd pay Tamagotchi support, Maria?
Yeah, to have someone else raise my Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both,
I get it. Every other weekend I get it, and we go to like a playground, and we hang out for
But
an
as soon as
hour.
it starts beeping, all right, I gotta call your mom. We're done.
I see red.
Maria has done the same thing. She rented a garden level in Clearwater, Florida. She's close to the beach. she sends a card to the Gotchi every. Not me. I guess I'm a nurturer because
I took mine. I took
I
mine
took
through.
this seriously. I named mine.
Also, like Maria, I have a 2-year-old son that I took care of the whole time.
Oh, well, I'm sure he
Sorry,
got the
sorry,
gives a
spoils
shit
from
about that.
Your first kid gets
did-
all the spoils.
Did either Maria or Adam? Did you name your Tamagotchi?
I mean, no. But whenever it beeps,
Again, Your Honor, let the
like-
record show she never even named her
I'd
child.
be like, oh fuck. So maybe that's its name. Oh fuck.
Oh fuck!
You can't
You
name
named
him.
your child Oh Fuck?
Oh fuck. Well,
Because it would take so much.
I named...
I turned it back on when I knew that we were going to do this, and that's what.
so you cheated as well.
And
You
yours
kept it
still
on
died,
pause.
and it was paused.
No, I turned it back on after I paused it to see if I could continue it. Right?
To let it die.
I played that stupid game, and it was so happy. And then I went to sleep for a little nap, and I was like, "Oh, this is not so bad." And then this morning it started. I was on a Zoom call with my friends, and it started beeping, and I said, "Oh fuck!" And I looked at it, and there was 3 turds in its area, 3 turds and a skull.
Your Honor.
And
Again,
I ignored it. And then next time I saw it, it was in a little flying saucer.
There were 3 turds in a skull is my favorite.
Ben, you were in the band 3 Turds in the Skull, weren't you?
I played bass for 3 turds in a skull for 3 years. Yeah, we toured a lot.
Maria, did you tell your friends on the Zoom what the beeping was and that you were tending to a Tamagotchi, and what did they say?
They don't care. They don't care about the Tamagotchi. I did tell them, and we just moved on so unbelievably quickly.
You're like, these idiot assholes I know sent me this thing and wanted me to take care of it for a week.
I know it was a headache to you, but just that story alone, it's all worth it. Ruining your week. Although you, from your own description, paused it till yesterday, and then you let it die this morning.
Almost crueler. Just leave it paused. Wow.
Hey, she held out longer than I did.
It's a cruel world, yeah. It's
How
a cruel
long
world
would you
for
say,
Tamagotchi.
Adam, did you actually have the Gotchi running before you?
I'm not kidding. 15 to 20 minutes, and then I was done.
That's good.
Okay, Andrew, you asked them if they named it. I'm going to take it that Adam in 15 minutes did not create a Bob
Katie
Sullivan.
named it Howard.
Oh, okay. Howard, that's a good name. It's a good name.
Katie named it Howard.
Adam's like, we'd never speak of Howard in this house again. Some nights when Adam can just hear the faintest beeping from somewhere else in the house, his bastard son is being cared for.
You wait till he gets to his 50s. He's going to want to connect with Howard, but Howard's not going to want to have any part of your life.
Yeah, Howard would be...
A question is Mike Myers.
Yes.
The person that...
And before you ask, it's not Austin Powers, Mike Myers. We checked.
No, but did Mike Myers, like, does he love Tamagotchi? Like what is Mike Myers, like...
We don't know Mike Myers.
I think Mike
Myers hate all of us. Well,
yeah.
He does.
Well, he was not a fan of Annie Claus Comes to Town.
No,
that's
we've only...
Everyone is a fan of that.
He knew how annoying it was because he stipulated that we couldn't turn off the beeping. If he was just like, hey, get a Tamagotchi and play with it, I'd be like, oh, he didn't know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
He was right. It's a challenge.
No, we've recently started turning these challenges over to our fans and saying, hey, recommend them. And it's been a terrible idea and a horrifying gaze into the psyche of people that follow our work.
Adam had to walk 30 minutes a day, Maria. Buckle up.
I had to take a cold shower a day, which was not fun. But that's because
all right, Andrew. Let's hear about your gotch.
So I hatched mine. It promptly ate like 8 burgers. You can feed it burgers or cake. It ate 8 burgers, so I named it Burger.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it was all burgers.
I thought it was all okay. I was just
we had
feeding
different,
it 2 triangles or a square.
Well, we had different versions. Mine it had hamburgers and cake. So promptly ate about 8 hamburgers. So I named it Burger, and I took. I took the best care I could of it.
Now, can I ask you, Andrew, why you didn't name it Cake?
Because I didn't give it cake right away.
Oh, okay.
The cake is a snack. The cake, it'll always eat the cake, pretty much, and then the cake improves its happiness. But the burger is its, like, day-to-day, what it needs to eat. So, I took, in my opinion, considering how annoying it was and... what it was, I think I took great care of it. Like, when it needed shit, I gave it to him. I turned off its light at night when it would sleep. Mm-hmm. I would clean its cage when it pooped. I rarely had to discipline it, but I would. And I looked at those bars for hungry and happy, and I kept them maxed out. And Eliza and Amelia would help me out. They'd be like, oh, I just heard your Tamagotchi beep. I'd go take care of it. And so I was pretty proud of myself, and it evolved into it was like 5 years old and like 61 pounds, and it became some sort of like octopus creature or something. Mm-hmm. And the worst thing that happened to it the whole time, other than what I'm about to tell you, one night it pooped, and I missed the poop, and then it fell asleep. And you can't clean up the poop when it's asleep. So it just spent the night in its own
rolling
shit.
around in its mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that I felt like a bad parent for that one. But I was like, this is unrealistic. You could pick up a poop if somebody's sleeping. Come on. What's
Yeah, you
happening?
can pick your baby up and clean it. It's no problem.
Yeah. But then, so yesterday, I've taken nothing but good care of it. I had just cared for it. I had just fed it and played with it, and I was like, pretty soon it'll be going to sleep. And then out of the blue, I'm sitting there having dinner. It starts beeping at me, and I was like, oh, it must need discipline or something. And there's a flashing skull on it, and it just keeps flashing and beeping. And I'm like, what's happening? And none of the buttons would work. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? And then it just died. It just died out of the fucking blue on me after doing nothing but taking good care of it. It wasn't hungry. I hadn't starved it. I didn't over-discipline it. I did nothing, nothing at all.
And it
just
wasn't your
fucking-
fault.
You needed,
Andrew.
you
Andrew.
needed to give him. You were anti-vaxxer. You needed to give him medicine. That's what happens. He needed medicine.
Do not listen to Maria.
No, I gave when
This
it was sick before.
not
I gave
your
it the
fault.
medicine. I
This
gave
is the
it the
cruelty
medicine.
of life. It's the way life works. It's
No way. This
So-
is big Tamagotchi. They want your money. They just fucking kill it after a week, and you're hooked, and they want you to buy another beeping
Well,
piece
you can
of
just
shit.
reset it and start over, which was our challenge and what I had to do.
Andrew.
So-
I personally do
I
not
didn't know that
think
'cause I stopped
either
at
of
15 minutes.
I do not think that Andrew or Maria are qualified in any manner to be chiming in on your care of this. I will say I think you did a wonderful job, and I'm proud. I am proud of you.
All right, Ben, let's hear about your story.
Well,
Anyway, R.I.P. Burger. It made me genuinely mad. It made me fucking mad. I was mad all day about it. Anyway.
And that's your new. You've invested in a new farm to table, like a gastropub. It's called Check Out Burgers and Cake. That's Andrew's new. It's in the Highlands, and it is
Burgers and cake.
I too hatched this and did not want to do this challenge, and then promptly fell in love with it. I named it Blarpy. His name was Blarpy, and I gave him, and his last name was the Gotch, Blarpy the Gotch, and he became a little family character in our house. We've had a rough time here because our sewage line burst in our apartment building, and
Your Honor,
it's-
again, I'd like to notify Child Protective Services that these
Milo
are the
is fine.
conditions.
Oh, you mean Blarpy? Yeah, no,
no, I meant
Milo's-
Milo, actually, but yeah.
So we've been it's been a little rough, and I cared for this fucking thing. I did everything it said on there. I was disciplined, heavy-handed discipline in my household for this thing, and it grew, and it kept getting bigger. And because of our problems, this is the most ridiculous. With the sewage line, we couldn't use our washer and dryer, so I had to go to a laundromat. And this thing is on my keychain, and I'm sitting in the laundromat reading The Plague by Albert Camus. Sitting reading, and I've got this on my keychain. I've got my jacket off. No, I'm not self-aggrandizing. I'm covered in tattoos, obviously. I'm sitting there. It is packed, and then all of a sudden, this little fucker starts to die for no reason. And my reaction, I was like sitting there, and I'm sitting in the chair, and I'm like reading, and then I hear a beep, 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 and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm trying to pull it off my carabiner, and I'm like, get up, what is happening? And I'm pushing the buttons, and I'm like, no, don't die. Don't die. And I ran out of this like laundromat clutching a Tamagotchi. There was like one of these like true brewing Satanist looking kids who was only washing all black clothing with pentagrams all over it, who just like stared at me as I ran out like, no, what is going on? I fed you, and I gave you happy. And then it just died for no fucking reason. And then I
Holy
started
shit.
And then I had Blarpy the Gotch Jr.
And that
or
was
two.
early on. Yeah, that was like 3 days in.
Wait, well, the craziest part is that's exactly how Camus' Plague ends. That's so insane. What are the odds?
I looked like the picture of hipsterdom hanging out in there. And because this was just the, like, you don't, like, these aren't prison tattoos. Like that's the final tell is like, how do I know how to read somebody's tattoos? Oh yeah, the
He's got a
Tamagotchi hanging off
that's
their
caught on his
keychain.
carabiner on his pants.
It was insane.
Colorado
So
dick. All right.
so the second one was born, and I tried to care for that one as well. Same. He had a full discipline meter, full happy, full hungry, and he died 2 days in for no reason. And I looked it up, and it's a glitch with this particular generation because I was that concerned.
Sudden Tamagotchi death syndrome, or as STDs, as we call it.
STDs.
STDs.
It's tragic. It's tragic. STDs hits when you least expect it. At the laundromat, wherever you might be.
A lot of STDs going around that laundromat these days.
It was the most, like the look of people who were watching a 41-year-old man run out of a laundromat, clutching a Tamagotchi going, I give you healthy, I give you hungry. And
The only way,
Wait,
the
that's
only
how
way
you
that
talk
scene
to
could,
it? No one. I
well,
think I
that's
know
what
I
it was
died.
called on mine.
the only way that scene could be better is if like you were all sad and like 3 14-year-old girls just came over and like consoled you and like took you out for French fries at the mall.
I don't think the
And
discipline meter
scene.
is supposed to be full. I think when it's full, that's bad news.
Is that true?
Yeah.
What
'Cause
happens when you discipline him? What is the discipline? Is it like a stick discipline, or is it a just
You
like
only why do I
You
feel
only
like you
discipline
never
them
did
if
this?
if they beep. You
What?
discipline them if they say that they're hungry and they won't eat, or they're beeping at you and
no,
they don't
I know.
eat
I
anything.
read the accordion, but I don't. I just.
What? So, what happened? I
My
disciplined
question
him.
is like, what's the graphic when you discipline them?
Oh, it gets angry. It's like mad at you. When it's when you give it a shot when it's sick, or when you lose the idiotic number guessing game, how it's like meh, 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 meh.
Oh yeah.
That's when you discipline it. It does
The
that.
number guessing game.
It
is-
acts all cranky. Oh my god, that fucking number game. I would just sit there.
So what it is it's you just see the Tamagotchi on the little screen, and then it has a number from 1 to 9, and the number flashes, and then there's going to be another number flash, and you have to predict whether another number that's going to flash will be less or greater than the first number.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
weird. That
totally-
was not what mine was.
Oh.
Ours
that's
was
mine.
this. Ours was this. You'd have to decide whether or not its head was going to look left or right.
Oh my god.
That was the one I had.
Oh,
my
So
God.
yours is just as stupid, basically.
Like this.
Theirs is worse than ours though.
Way worse. Yours sounds complex. I was just like, is it going to be left or right? Will this dumb beeping machine turn its head to the left or the right? And I was never right in my one effort playing with it. This is the worst thing. I hated this challenge so
yeah,
fucking
I'm
much.
going to say, even though as much fun as I had trying to do it, I will say I struggled throughout the entirety of it to find how this was improving us in any tangible
I guess
manner.
I won though, right? I never paused mine. It only died once. So I think
Yes,
I won.
you definitely
Mine
won.
only died once.
Wow. Yeah, but you paused yours for a
But
week.
you paused yours for a full week.
Which makes its death the most egregious of all of the deaths that happened.
And then you barely told your friends about it, which was another rule we didn't tell you about, but you had to tell everybody.
I'm just pissed that Maria found a loophole because I didn't even bother reading the instructions all the way through. I could have hit pause and been within
I saw
our
that
legal
pause
rights.
and I was like, hey, we never said you couldn't pause this fucking
no,
thing.
that was the smartest part of her play.
Adam, our version doesn't have a pause on it.
It doesn't?
No, you can't pause our gotchis.
Okay, then I stand by what I did.
Yeah, I mean, as I don't know if what I got out of it either.
But
Would you
Maria,
ever take care of a Tamagotchi again?
That's
under
the question.
any circumstance.
Would you do this again, Maria?
No.
Maria's so mad.
Anything
at us.
I
You
said.
gotta send Maria like
Like-
some cream puffs or something.
I would ever do this again. No.
Well, I don't want you to feel like this show is all about like speaking honestly. So, like, truthfully, would you ever do it again?
No. I would never do
Don't
it.
sugarcoat it. Seriously, tell us.
So
if
just
you
give
would
us
do
to us straight. I know we're
I,
friends.
I'm seriously actually like wondering if Mike Myers is actually a fan of ours. I don't,
Your guess is as good as ours.
He hates us.
We're going to have a discussion whether we allow Mike Myers to get the podcast anymore. We're going to talk about that and see where we can. We'll make a Grawlix group decision, but I don't think he should be allowed to do this
I could see
anymore.
the benefit of the Tamagotchi being what they did. I mean, we did this on Those Who Can't, and they did it on Strangers with Candy, the classic high school health class. You're going to be taking care of this 5-pound bag of flour, or in the Strangers with Candy case, the 10-pound baby. I can see the Tamagotchi being a very useful tool to give to young people of like, hey, they're gonna have unprotected sex. You want to know what it's like to have a baby? Take care of this fucking thing. You don't get to turn the sound off. You don't get to reset it. It asks for shit all the
Hell
time.
yeah. Get ready to have a baby hanging from your carabiner every day of your life, just like a baby.
But that sort of like attention suck and having to do those things that you find remedial, like the guessing game, shit like that. It's like, oh, did you not enjoy that? Well, guess what? That's the shit that babies are into. So I could see it being useful in that way, maybe.
But there's one huge difference, which is this is not alive.
True.
And so
As
when
we
it's
saw.
not, you're like, I don't care.
This isn't alive?
Oh, I forgot about your religion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ben has
We
been
view
shattered with his constant...
Electricity is life, Maria.
Sorry.
If you didn't, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's not
Now-
alive.
Oh my gosh.
Sure, it's not. Okay. We
With
know where
that
Maria stands.
profound jewel from Ben's religion, electricity is life. We should wind this down. And Maria,
but
I
Adam,
want
we
to say
do need
thank
to go
you,
over
and
to
I'm
Ben's
sorry.
and cover up the outlets with some of those child locks because this is
right.
clearly a problem.
He keeps putting his tongue in there.
Yeah. Electricity is not life, Ben boy. It's
I want to
death.
taste the life from the source. I want to drink life from the spigot.
Benny boy, it's death. We told you, don't play with the electricity.
So to Maria, thank you, and we're sorry.
You're true
Thank you.
champion.
I really-
We will have you back, and we're going to do a fun challenge, like eating Arby's or eating donuts or something.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a
Yes,
shot
right?
every minute.
I mean, no offense. I understand. This is a challenge. Like if Mike Myers did, it's a challenge. It was a challenge that I was happy to fail.
I mean, Adam's never failed a challenge, and he's
And,
yeah.
man, you know, Maria,
At least
fail
not
you
willingly.
did. You failed so good.
But she did game the system, which you get a tip of the hat. You can't
Yeah,
pause them.
respect for that. If you want to see more of Maria Thayer, you can see her on Those Who Can't, available on HBO Max.
Oh, how
Everywhere.
wonderfully that turned out.
That is crazy.
It is
Crazy.
crazy.
I am
We're so
so
fucking
happy.
happy about that.
And
I bet more
wanna,
people have already watched it on HBO Max than saw it in its entire run on True TV.
one of the biggest, like one of the biggest bummers about all of this, and people, I don't think we spent a lot of time filming and making the show, and then when it's done, you kind of, you know, we all live in the same area, but you lose touch with a lot of people. It's one of the sad parts of like doing. Making a show, and it's sad. We miss you, Maria. It's always good to chat with you. You're a wonderful, wonderful human being, and I hope you're doing well and kicking ass and keep the Gotchi. It's on us.
You know
it's
what? It's
yeah.
our gift to you.
I'm
We normally
can-
collect it back.
You can
but-
go ahead and pass
right.
it on to a new person, like a gypsy curse.
I don't
just
hate
let it.
anyone. I don't hate anyone enough, but maybe someday I will.
It's only 2020.
That's the spirit, Maria. Maybe someday you will. We're going to take a break, listen to some more comedy. This is Perfect Synchronicity. This next comic played the Abby character in the Amazon pilot of Those Who Can't. We're going to listen to some comedy from Nikki Glazer, a one-time Abby. Enjoy that clip, and we'll be back talking about the next episode of the pod. Thanks again, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Guys, thanks, Mike Myers.
I really honestly look at teenage moms and I'm like, I should have done it back then. Because I'm expected to be having one now, and I'm not in a place. I look at a girl my age with a baby and I'm like, oh my God, this poor girl in her 30s still babysitting. Like, this economy. Like, I don't even think like, oh, that's a mom, you know? And But as you're a teen, you could just have a baby and like, first of all, your body's going to bounce right back. And that's awesome. That's the greatest. And then you just give it to your mom and be like, here, try again. Like, you clearly fucked up the first time. This is a second chance. I'm 15 and just had a baby. Teach me how to drive. I think it's smart, but now my parents can't raise shit. I can't believe I'm supposed to be having a kid. So, like, I think about my mom, and I'm like, when my mom was my age, she had a 4.5-year-old, me. Like, I don't have, and nothing I have is 4.5 years. Nothing I own is 4.5, except HPV. I have had that for 4.5 years. That's it. And I'm not taking care of it. I don't tell people about it. I really am pathetic. I think about maybe doing like a surrogacy, like, because the body thing is you don't want to like stretch it all out or whatever, and it's also why I don't want to go skydiving. Like, I just don't want it to be like, wah, and I hate being a woman. No fun. But I think about like, I'll just pick a girl and like give my egg to her, and like the baby comes out you. But then my friend was like, that's really vain. Like, you would have to tell people like, I don't want to mess up my body, so this bitch is gonna do it. And I was like, that's a good point. That's embarrassing to say. So I would there's got to be a medical reason to like give your egg to another woman. Like, I'll just tell people like, I was told by a doctor I can't physically have a baby because my pussy's too small. And it's like a problem. And yes, he said pussy. Like, when it's this small, they're medically called pussies. Like, that's in his doctor book. I can't even call it a vagina at this point. I'm too tight for childbirth. Thank you.
And we are back from the break. Do either of you have anything you'd like to plug?
Well, actually, I would.
What?
Just a reminder, everybody, that 97.9 The Rat Race is currently up and available on All Things Comedy, or wherever you get your podcasts. So if you get a chance, go ahead and go over there, subscribe, rate, and review it. And also, we should plug this. This is a big deal, y'all. Those who can't, the reason for the season, you know what I mean? It's available now on HBO Max. How big of a deal is that? It's
huge. We've been waiting for this forever, and we're so excited it's now available in a widely bingeable format. So if you haven't watched Those Who Can't, HBO Max, go watch it. Tell your friends.
If you
share
haven't,
it
you want
everywhere.
to watch it again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All
Treat
3
yourself.
seasons. You can also listen and subscribe to this podcast for free anywhere you get your podcast content. Please also go rate and review this wherever you listen. That is huge for us. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Grawlix Comedy. We love to hear from you. Reach out. Tell us if you've done the challenge we did. Tell us what results you had. We love to hear from you.
People always come up to me. They're like, hey, y'all motherfuckers on Patreon? I'm like, we are. We got some hot new content on Patreon. Next week only, you can watch me murder my Tamagotchi. You got to be on Patreon to see how I do it, but I'm going to destroy this thing back to hell where it came from. And maybe we'll have another Tamagotchi that's not destroyed up for adoption. Who knows? Follow us on patreon.com/Grawlix Saves.
Special thanks to junior Gotchi farmer Ron Doyle for producing. That just sounds gross. That sounded way grosser than I thought it would. Thank you, Ron, as always, for producing this and for.
Have you ever had Gotchi milk?
Distributing I've had Gotchi cheese, but
I put Gotchi milk in my coffee. Less cows.
Ron made sure that we got our Gotchis and worked all that out. And also, hey. Huge special thanks to Maria Thayer for being our special guest and letting us inflict a Tamagotchi on her.
As always, our theme music is provided by the pulchritudinous Charlie Continental.
Wow.
I've been telling him that for a while. He's pulchritudinous.
You got a real pulchritude, bruh.
Pulchritudinous Charlie Continental.
Now that we've got all of the formalities, the harsh business out of the way, what are we getting into next challenge? What's the next episode about? What are you thinking?
Well, Ben, you may have noticed it's the holiday
I
season.
hear those bells.
Do you hear those sleigh bells ringing?
Ding-a-ling, ding-dang, ding-a-ling, ding.
No, they're actually bells that I put on my yarmulke. But we are going to have a holiday party, just us three, replete with gifts, and it's going to be a blast. You're not going to want to miss it. An end of the year holiday party, Grolic style, and we might even invite Gotchi Farmer Ron. I don't know.
I
Haven't decided.
can't tell. He comes in smelling like goat shit, and I make sure he showers.
Leave the boots outside, Ron.
And of course, we're talking about Christmas. It's the end of the year. How you close out something is everything.
Yes.
And how we close this show.
There's still time to save 2020.
Is the reason I'm still here. And I haven't left you all despite these challenges. I stay to go, play us out, Charlie.